All right, what's going on, y'all, man? Welcome back to another episode, man. So we got a jam-packed day today, man. We're gonna be talking to a lot of folks, man. First up, we're gonna have KJ Green of Pebblebrook that clinched a playoff spot this past week, man. I talked to him last week, but we're getting an update now. He picked up a major offer as well, so we're gonna talk to him. We're gonna talk to Columbia head coach Greg Barnett. First time since 1981 they won a region championship, man. So we'll get into it with him as well, and hopefully DexPreps out in Alabama and conclude the show and wrap it up with him, man. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring on my co-host, Arvon Bacon of Bacon Network. How you feeling today, brother?
Oh man, I can say it, but I've seen better days. But you know what I'm saying, we're gonna vibrate high for this hour and a half.
Here we go. Love to see it. Love to see it, man. And then we're gonna go ahead and bring on KJ. I think KJ ready to ride. What's going on, KJ?
What's up? What's up?
Not much, man. Good to see you, man. I feel like you're smiling a little bit more this time than last time, man.
Yeah, man. It feels good to want to play to get into the playoffs, man.
For sure, man. And then speaking, let's go ahead and start there, KJ. Big game against Campbell. Me and you talked about it. We talked about the keys and to come out. A defensive battle, though. So talk about what that mindset was, man, not to let them boys in the end zone and kind of continue to get the ball back to the offense.
Man, just every down we had to go out and play our hardest. Every time we went on the field, my coach said win first down. So if we win first down, get them behind the sticks, or they have a second and long, we can kind of do what we want to do from there, get a range from there, you know. So definitely a hard fought battle from a defense, man.
100%, man. And then what was one of your favorite things just being out there, man, with your teammates on that night?
I just love the aggressiveness they showed. Like they was out there, they was ready to play. They loved playing. We all had fun with each other while we was playing, and everybody just was making their plays, man, showing aggression and having fun out there.
Now, when the game was over, KJ, I know you like to lead by example, but I'm sure you had a message for the group. What did you tell them in order to just like, hey, man, we did a great deed. We got into the postseason. But what was your message to them as you guys kind of get that bye week, but then prepare for this big time playoff game you got coming up?
I got a thing called the 24-hour rule. So we celebrated the win for 24 hours, and then we back to work, man. We ain't satisfied until we all the way there, until we all the way made it to the state, and you feel me, check for ring sizes. So we ain't satisfied yet, and we still got more work to do.
For sure. For you personally, KJ, what are you most looking forward to for this opportunity and being out there in the postseason and playing in the bright lights where it's going to be great crowds?
Just making a bigger name for myself, you know, playing at that bigger stage and, you know, being a young starter on my defense. I just feel like me playing at this bigger stage in the playoffs is making help me get my name out there a little more and put everybody on watch for KJ.
For sure. And before I throw it to Bacon, I know you real well now, KJ, second time interview, but tell the folks that don't know you just a little bit about yourself, man, kind of how you'd like to do your business, how you've been able to get to this point.
Just how I was able to get to this point, just working hard, man. Everything I do is football related, and how could I better myself in the future with football? So eating right, things that just help me get to that next level and be a better me, man. So everything is just football related, working hard and things of that nature.
Gotcha. Go ahead, Bacon.
100% working hard, eating right. Just talk a little bit about your diet, brother. I'm saying, what do you consume morning and guess when you get home from practice?
Morning, I like to, you know, I don't go too heavy on the morning. I'll start off with some, you know, oatmeal, cereal, or like a quick Pop-Tart before school, things like that. And when I get home, my mom, if she don't have a home cooked meal for me, usually 9 times out of 10 she do. That lady can make everything, man. But if that's not the case, I like Chipotle, man. That's my heart right there. I love eating me some Chipotle. So if it ain't at home cooked from my mama, I'm at Chipotle, man.
I have sure two questions. I just went to Chipotle the other day. I had the brisket.
Oh, okay.
That's
You know, so
yeah.
Yeah.
And then so you like the brisket. We're gonna switch over to mom's cooking. What's 2 favorite dishes that you can't live without?
That's a good question.
That's a good question. Okay, when she make the oxtails with she made the oxtails with like the mac and cheese and the greens, man. Just a big Sunday dinner. She had a cornbread and she put like a honey glaze on the cornbread. She could do it good, man. That And another meal, I could say she made like some barbecue chicken. And with that, I also gotta have the mac and cheese with the baked beans, man. So them two definitely I can't live without for sure.
Now, are you learning how to cook? Are you standing by like, mommy, do that again? I want to learn how to make that cornbread.
I'm not always right there. I'll send my sisters in there so they can know how to whip it up just in case moms ain't here to do it. They can get me right.
100%, 100%. So it's a full house, man. So
Yeah.
you going hard, you training, you locked in on your dreams, man. Just what would it mean to you to have your dreams come true, to make it to college, and then one day make it to the big leagues?
That'll be everything, man. Just out of everything my people in my family done did for me. My mom's, man, taking me to this practice and that practice since I was little, just having me at everything. My sister's always being there to support me whenever I need it. My granddad, he always gives me calls and tell me how to be a better person. And then the rest of my family, my aunties and grandma, just always being there for that extra leg of support. So me making it to the big league, even to college, that'd be a huge success in my world just because of everything that my family that I can provide and help with my family because of everything that helped me with.
100%, 100%. Now you put on your Twitter you're gonna be at Tech this weekend, but just for the colleges, man, what are you kind of looking at a school for that would make you like, yeah, I think this may be a school that I kind of like.
One, I say academics always, man. Like you can't just be an athlete of the game. You got to be a student athlete. So academics is definitely one of the biggest things I look for. And then the development wise on the football field, like I don't want to just come to your school and still be the same KJ from high school. I want you to better me and develop me to me getting on the college level and then prepare me for the big league once I'm able and ready to go there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And
We
twin,
we know
that's the other KJ.
that's the other
Hey,
KJ.
twin, they got the same name, but that's the other KJ.
My mistake, brother. My mistake. I apologize. Let me get back on my train of thought. Obviously, you're an athlete. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even worried about that. We know what you're gonna do on the field. Off the field, you talked about academics. Just where do you lean towards? Are you a math guy, history guy, science? What do you do?
I like math.
Like
I'm
math for real?
a math guy.
All right. What you know what I'm saying? What math you taking right now?
Right now, I haven't took math right now because the way my school got it split up, we take 4 classes the first half of school and then 4 the next. But after this, I think I have geometry next. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got to take geometry.
All right. So like, because most people they aren't the best at math. What inclines you to be good at math?
It started when I was young, man. Like I just love the count. I just love numbers. Like I was a numbers kid, and I always had some money. So you got to know how to count. You got to know how to count your money right and know what you're doing with your money. So that definitely linked me towards math a lot.
Most definitely, man. I'm gonna pass it back to Nash. Go ahead, Nash.
For sure. And then KJ, I heard you got a big offer, man, from Nebraska, man. So tell us a little bit about that and that convo. And heard they really liked your play, man. Just talk a little bit about that.
Coach Matt Ruler, man, he definitely seen it. I just know when they was doing the walk, the walk for the players, when the players come through and everybody see the players and all that. Matt Ruler stopped to a coach I was with, Coach Buck, and he was just telling him how much he liked me, and then he came and spoke to me and tell me how much he liked me, man, and wishing I could come up there a lot more, and then he offered me, man. So that was definitely a good experience, and the atmosphere, I loved it up there in Nebraska, man. It holds like 90 something, if I'm not mistaken. So it was definitely loud all game. And I had a good chance to sit in the student section, man. And the students, they showed so much love. Like they definitely showed love while I was up there. So that was a very great experience for me.
Nice, man. And then I know obviously you got more schools that's interested. You heavily covered these starting to grow more and more in the recruiting. But talk about just the recent visits you got kind of coming up.
So this Friday, I mean not Friday, but this Saturday coming up, I'm headed to Ole Miss when they play UGA. So I'm headed there to Ole Miss. I got Auburn, USC coming soon. So we making trips around the world, man. We making trips around the world.
I love it, man. I know when I talked to you last time, you talked about some of your favorite schools and things that you visited. But for you, like when you, if you could say, when you look at a school, it's still so very early in recruitment. But what are some key things you want to see from a school, you know, before you end up shutting it down? Like, what are some key things that you're going to kind of look for?
The way the school and the program like holds itself, you know, I don't like just seeing the school every year they inside of the transfer portal and like they just trying to get guys out the transfer portal to better their teams. Like I want to see a team that could, you know, coach a kid up. So instead of you going to get that kid out the transfer portal, make the kid that you have like the guy that's coming out the transfer portal, man. So that's something that I do look at. And then I don't just want to be on the field and off the field. I'm just there in school. I want to have a good education, like a great education. So them is two things definitely that's gonna help me with my decision when that time comes.
Got you, man. So you got your head on right, fella.
Yeah, man.
I love it, man. And then for you, for those that don't know, I know you've been kind of coaching up some of the young guys on the team as well. You are still very young, and I know you play by example. But what are some things you teach some of these young guys up under you, maybe the freshmen or same class as you, to kind of help them be even better in that really vaunted secondary y'all have?
Just being coachable, man, and understanding what coach is always telling us, man. My DB coaches show us a lot, so I never think they're wrong. So, and it shows on the field that if we just listen to them, they do what they got to do. So I just tell a lot of the younger kids, be coachable, man, and when just taking mental reps. When we at practice, don't just be on the sideline playing, having water fights or whatever y'all doing. Just watch it, take mental reps. So once that time comes and you thrown out there, you not worried. You know what you got to do.
For sure. And then KJ, talk about your versatility. A lot of people sleep on that for you, but we know we watched your film last week. We broke it down. So talk about your versatility, your ability to play really all over the defense at your position. Also, offensively, you are a threat as well. So tell the audience a little bit about that.
It's just wherever I get on the field, I just want to make plays, man. It don't matter if you have me at DN. I'm gonna try to go get a sack if the quarterback drop back and pass it, man. I just always want to make a play on the field, no matter where I go. So I feel like that always kind of helped, like my hungerness. I think that always kind of helped when I go out to a different position, whether that's receiver, corner, safety, linebacker, wherever that is. I always want to be the first to make the play.
For sure. Go. I throw it back to you, Bacon.
For sure, brother. For me personally, and for anyone who's watching this, man, go ahead and let the people know what school you go to, man, and all the positions that you play, my friend.
Okay, all the positions I play safety. I roll down in the box sometimes like the nickel outside linebacker type player. I play receiver, and then here and there I play a little bit of corner here and there.
And what school?
Pebblebrook High School.
That's right. Pebblebrook. So, you know what I'm saying, y'all in Mapleton, right under the Marietta area. Just how is it, you know what I'm saying, going to Pebblebrook? You know what I'm saying, y'all forgotten about it a little bit. So just kind of what's the mentality of just playing at Pebblebrook High School, man?
Man, everybody there showed the support, man. So everybody in there, they love the football team. They love when football season coming around. They love the team. So having everybody behind you and that big old support system behind you as a school, that's definitely one of the good things about playing at Pebblebrook, man. The student section always lit when we playing, no matter what happened, man. So the school is always definitely behind us, man, for sure.
I'm saying most people who haven't been to Pebblebrook, you always got a great concession stand. Every time I go, I smell the ribs cooking, bro.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I'm telling you, man, y'all might have the most slept on concession stand in the state for sure. But I asked a couple basketball players I see, Kamai, Caleb, who's now at Combine in Charlotte.
Yeah.
Brook boys. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What does that name mean to you?
Man, just taking everything with it, man. Just, when we put the Brook across their chest, bro, we want to show them like this not just a name of the school, this a family, bro. So definitely every time we go out there with the Brook, man, that's all we want to rep. We want to rep the Brook. When we go into the store, if you in the Cobb Mapleton area, you might see somebody with a Pebblebrook something on. Definitely so. the Brook is not just a name; it's a family, man, and we all want to cherish it. Everybody who want to go to that school.
100%. And a few, 3 or 4 adjectives, 2 or 3 or 4. What adjectives best describe your game?
Versatile. Ooh. He got me right there.
Take your time, brother.
I would say versatile for sure. Range, like I have range. I can do everything, man. Range for sure. And violentness. Every time I make a tackle, you're gonna feel me. So I say them 3 right there.
All right, those last 2 really stuck out to me. Range. I want you to break range down. How to break down what range means in terms of your game?
So basically, when I say range, I mean when I'm back there at the safety position, like from getting from the hash to the sideline, or from the middle of the field to the numbers, like everywhere I can be everywhere on the field back there. So when the ball in the air, my range, it could get me from the middle of the field to the numbers. So, just playing back there, man. That's what I mean by range, being everywhere on the field, basically.
100%. And then the last thing you said was violent. So you striking the ball carrier violent, man. So what do you get out of striking the ball carrier violent? What does that do for you?
For me, it made me feel good, but more of my teammates, man. Whoever get the big hit, the whole team get crazy, which make them want to go out there and get big hits. So when everybody get big hits, man, that causes turnovers and fumbles and things to happen. So me definitely going to hit somebody violently every play definitely strikes my team to get pumping and going. So that's why I want to do it every play for sure.
So say you the firecracker, you get everybody going in the locker room?
Yeah, definitely got to get everybody going in the locker room.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So are you being one of the leaders? You a sophomore, junior? Sophomore. So what did you see from upperclassmen that you learned as a freshman to make you, be out front and lead as a sophomore? Because most people don't do that.
Yeah, definitely. The leader aspect, like I didn't just jump into that role. I've had to watch a little bit of my seniors and my upperclassmen lead for me to be able to step up and lead as well. Definitely, being able to show the younger classmen and basically also being the teacher while being a player. So, they've been there for some years, so they understand what coach's expectation is. So me getting the expectation and feeding off of all them from the upperclassmen definitely helped out with me stepping up as a leader.
100%. Throw it back to you, Nash.
All right, man. So KJ, man, want to ask you, as far as we talked about how you worked on your game and things like that, as you go into the postseason, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know you watch a lot of film, but what are some key things you're working on to make sure everything is pristine and good to go when we got this big playoff game that you got to play?
Just flying around everywhere, so not taking a playoff because it's the postseason now, like you said. So every play counts. So me not taking this playoff and practicing like every rep is a game rep, so we can be prepared for that game and the big stage that we prepared to play on.
For sure. And then for you, KJ, what are you going to do as far as with your body or just with this week off? I feel like it helps a lot because, we deal with so many injuries, right? You're playing in all these games, but you're getting an extra bye week before everybody has to really play on that 15. So what are you kind of doing with your body? What you doing mentally? How you kind of preparing?
Still watching a lot of film, taking the mental reps of, my opponent for my body, icing, still stretching a lot, just so we can get that body back fresh from all the nicks and cramps that happened before the playoffs. So definitely a lot of stretching and icing and stuff like that going on.
For those that don't know, we talked about this last week, but I do want you to share this as well to Bacon. But talk a little bit about what. First off, let's start with Coach Woolridge, what he kind of meant to you. Had really built his career at South Atlanta, phenomenal coach. Talk about what he's meant to you.
Coach Wool has meant everything, man. I remember, when he got me my first offer when Western Kentucky, he pulled me out of my class and Western Kentucky was standing right there. So that definitely meant a lot. and also just, becoming a man out there on the field. Like he always says, Coach Woolridge always say his goal is not to make us better football players because football isn't for life. He wants us to become better men in society. So that's definitely what he done show everyone and me. So as far as being at Pebblebrook.
For sure. And then I know last time we talked, you talked about your trainer. So just remind us a little bit of how he's helped your game as well. I know it's reached even another level with him training you.
He's the one that is going, he's the one who makes me go everything 1,000%. Like it's not 100 with him. You doing everything full speed, and we gonna work when we're tired. So in case that fifth quarter come around while everybody else bent over, out of shape, I'm standing up high. So he definitely keeps me in shape. And the little techniques that everybody don't, preach on, which is like if it's at a back pedal, the way you back pedal the form, he definitely helps out with that. So that's definitely, I could give him big credit to that.
100%, man. And then what would you tell others? Obviously, your journey is so cool, but others to be able to be where you at, KJ, and getting a lot of this limelight and being able to excel at such a high level for young guys, it's not easy to do. It's not easy to go from playing in middle school, high school, sitting a year a little bit, and then coming sophomore year and being able to ball like you have. So, what would you tell other players that are under you or just younger than you to be able to be prepared when that time comes?
Just keep working, man. Like the time will always come if you keep your head down and keep working. Don't worry about what everybody else around you got going on. Don't worry about how many offers they're getting or they have. If you keep working, everything will come for you one day. So that's always what I thought about and always helped me go as far as what I got. So keep your head down, keep working. It's gonna come for sure.
Yes, sir. All right, babe. I'll throw back to you to kind of close this out.
That's a bet, man. Last couple of questions for me. In the world where there's so much social media, like you said, you want to stay locked in on what you got going on, social media, mainly social media.
Yeah.
How do you just block all the noise out and stay locked in on your purpose?
Just the way that you handle this and not I handle it is everything is gonna get sent to you, man. Like you either it's two things you can do, man. You're gonna see it, don't respond. Just don't respond. Like just let them know you seen it, but don't respond. Let your game and your everything do all the talking for itself when y'all get on the field. Or just, just don't look at it, man. I try to not look at everything that gets sent because I know at the end of the day it's trash talk, but when I get on the field, I'm gonna be talking to trash later. So I like to keep my head out of all that, man, just so I can stay locked in and prepared for what's ever coming.
Sure. Not to do an oxymoron, but like on average, like, you got a big game coming up, but how many DMs you getting like from the other team?
It's gonna be like 7, man. They all want it. They all want to hit me up, man. I'll be like, "What's going on? Why it's always me?" But they definitely want to text me and chirp a little bit and just, it'd be little stuff too, like watch out 2 words, stuff like that, man. So sometimes I just laugh at it, man. Sometimes you just gotta laugh at things like that.
Every time they gonna come at the line, bro. Every time, so keep doing your thing. But in terms of the comparison, like, the comparison is a thief of joy. So you could looking at an NFL player, a college player, or a player that's up the road. Like, man, he got this, and that. So how do you deal with that specifically?
Just I don't let it get to my head too much, man. All the comparison things, because at the end of the day, I told everyone I want to be KJ, man. I don't want to be like this person or that person. I want to be KJ. So I don't let it get to my head too much. But the comparisons definitely happen. So I just stay locked in, man, and keep grinding and keep doing what I got to do. So maybe one day I could get compared to somebody else that's, you feel me, younger than me, and somebody wants to be compared to me instead of me always being compared to the next bigger person,
That's it. That's the right mindset to have. And I got a big one. I like to make you think, brother.
Okay.
All right. So what's three or four characteristics that make up a perfect football player?
Ooh, okay. Okay. One, being coachable. Always, you got to be coachable, man. If your coach can't tell you nothing, or you always got to chirp back when your coach tell you something, that's not. Coaches don't like that too well, man. Coaches do not like that. 2, being a good football player. 2, you got to be a film head, man. Study. That's definitely gonna get you a long way, because if you study and your opponent and say he lines up when like this when it's a run, or he lines up like this when it's a pass, that can definitely help you out, and you can beat everyone to the punch. A third one, being not being selfish, you know. So if if something comes somebody's way, instead of just trying to go get everything for yourself, man, let your teammates eat a little bit, man. Don't be selfish, Don't be one of those big stuck up guys that you want everything. You don't want your teammates to have nothing. Let them boys get their offers, and let them boys, get their plays and make their plays, man. Them three for sure. Them three.
I'm saying I got one more big one, brother. We'll kind of dumb it down. You
Okay.
said you want to grow as a man,
Mm-hmm.
right? So looking forward, I want you to look back at this video when when the time comes.
Okay.
What type of man do you want to be? Let's just say when you get into college. We don't want to skip too far down the line. What type of man do you want to be in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, okay. I just want to be a man that I inspire people, inspiring the youth while I'm up there in college. Taking care of my family. Definitely I want to be a family man and take care of people who that help me down the road. Things like that. Being a big inspirer and taking care of my family. I could see that in the next 5 years. I could see that.
All right. Now I'm looking at your shirt this whole time, but that's a very, very exquisite piece, my friend. So just gotta break that down. What your shirt says, and talk about what type of fashion you're into.
All right, so this is a little New Life shirt. I forgot where I got this from, but
Slide.
yeah. But I like to wear things that got like a meaning to it, a meaning behind it. So I don't just put every single thing on that, that just comes out. I like to wear stuff that got huge meanings behind it, and me knowing what I'm putting on my body. Because another shout out to my mom, like she always say, you building a brand. So you don't want to walk out the house with your shirt got every single cuss word on it and people looking at you, man. You never know who taking a picture. You never know who watching. So I definitely want to wear shirts and clothes that got meaning to it. So that's kind of my style right there.
100%, man. And before we let you go, man, you gotta shout out some teammates that we need to keep an eye on now and moving forward.
Ooh, see. Okay. We got a lot. Like, we have a lot of playmakers.
We need all of them, bro.
Okay, I'm going to start off with the offensive side of the ball. We got our receivers. We got Sticks. We got Preston. We got Figs. We got Tyler. Our O-line is crazy. We got Chapo, Buck, Big Red, Ant, Dunbar. Our back end, we got 2 running backs, Chris Jeter, Demarion Ward. We like to call him Lil D. Our quarterback, man, the one who holds everything together, Jada Adams. He holds everything together. And for the defensive side, man, all the DBs, myself, MJ, my other safety, Cam, one of my corners, Dion, another one of my corners, Kalen, my nickel. Another corner we got, a young corner who's coming up, Tyree. Our linebackers, Emmanuel, Tay, Devin Murray. Our D-line is crazy. We got General. Big Red also play on the D-line. We have Daryl, Chapman. So I think I hit everybody, man. If I ain't get everybody, I'm sorry to you, but it's a lot of talent over there at Pepperbrook, man.
Nah, 100%, man. You want to know what a good leader is and what a great young man he is. He knows he got some nicknames, but just about everybody, probably everybody on the team, man. So shout out to you, brother. Keep your head up, keep stay strong, stay motivated, stay locked in, and everything's gonna come your way, my friend.
Yes, sir.
All right, KJ, before we let you go, man, I got to show you the comment section again, man. You blowing up just like last week, man. So you got some love, man. Mom Boss. Let's go, KJ. Only up from here. We love you. All
yes,
right.
sir. Love you too.
All right. And you got Let's Go, KJ from Katori. Coach Woodbridge been in here too. He said, Brook Boys. Coach Black, best DC in 6A.
Yes, sir. Coach Black, man. He know what he doing.
This is the last one. That's right. Shout out to the GOAT Cache.
Yeah, man. That's mom's right there, man. She gonna do everything for sure. She gonna definitely do everything and keep me down the right road.
Last thing before we let you go, KJ, just give a shout out to anybody you want to shout out. I know last time you did Mom Dukes. Just anybody that's been special in your life, man, to help you get to this point and continue to help just motivate you and inspire you, man.
Yeah, my mom, she always gets that. My granddad, I want to give a shout out to my granddad because he calls me a freakish amount of times, man. Just to check up on me, see where I'm at mentally, physically. He gives me every pointer on how to become a better player on the field and a better man in real life. So I want to give a shout out to him and then all my coaches, man, for keeping me right, keeping my head on straight. If it's inside school, they see me with some people I'm not supposed to be with or with the girls, man. They KJ. That's all they got to say is KJ, and I'm back to doing what I got to do right. So my coach is definitely, man. So I want to shout out every single person who done helped me this far for sure.
100%. Well, KJ, you know, man, you locked in, man. So whenever you want to do this again, come holler at me. Let me know about your journey, man. I'm gonna do some articles on you too, man. Get you more out there, man. Get you even more exposure, man. So appreciate you and appreciate my Dukes as well.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
All right. There goes KJ, man. So we're gonna let him get up out of here. Our next guest is ready to go. So make sure you stay tuned, man. Coach Barnett, I gotta give him some love, man. He do an outstanding job with his program. Just won a region title for the first time in a long time. And he does great work, man. So without further ado, we're gonna bring him on. What's going on, Coach?
What's going on,
Yep.
Coach?
What's going on, man? Good evening, fellas. Good evening. How y'all feeling?
Feeling good, man. How you feeling, Coach?
Man, I'm good, man. I appreciate the opportunity, man. I'm a big fan of the show, man. Thank you for what you do, man. Your platform is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Giving kids and coaches the opportunity to speak about about their teams and their programs.
Yes, sir. 100%, Coach. Got to do that, man. And Coach, I want to go back to when you initially see me and I came to the game, Coach. I was really impressed. I like the message you said to your group, but y'all play such a tough schedule, and that's where I want to start. Like Douglas County, Kale, y'all playing some dogs, and then just Coach, I don't know, like y'all start going on this run. So, what was your message to your group? Like such a deflating loss, but it didn't affect your season. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, scheduling was definitely an impact. You know how we felt the season would go. Of course, we didn't plan on going 0-6 in those non-region games, but we did know. When I say we don't speak of my coaches we did know that good on good equals good. In order to be the best, you have to line up and play against the best. And that's what we want to be. We don't want to be known as a good team. We want to be kind of turned into be a great program. Those games that we scheduled earlier against those juggernauts, they're paying off dividends now, and hopefully we'll continue to do so going into the playoffs.
And then for you, Coach, obviously, like I said, how the juggernauts help. How was that region schedule? Just talk a little bit about that and how that prepared you as well.
Well, the region schedule is always important. That's the most important time of the season. The rest of those games are important as well, but they're considered as tune-up games. We definitely respect each opponent. We didn't take anybody for granted or lightly. Just one game at a time. We had a goal, a season goal. The first one was to be region champs, and the second one, of course, is the ultimate goal, and that's to be, hosting the trophy in December as well.
100%. And then, Coach, tell me about Cameron Graves, underrated player for you, but he's been doing his thing this season. He made some throws in that game that I got to see, but 2 touchdowns recently in the game you won. Talk about his progression.
Man, Cameron Graves is an outstanding young man. He's a special player. He's very dynamic. His stats really doesn't show how electrifying or what type of caliber of player that he is. I really feel like he is one of the top quarterbacks in the state. Hopefully, his talents will be a little bit more on display as we go deeper into the playoffs. A lot of the coaches, from the Carrolltons and the Douglas counties and the Cartersville, they all had high regard to speak on, Cameron Graves. He's a leader. He's a great kid. I'm looking forward to, him finishing out his career, on top for sure.
And then, Coach, talk about some of the players on that defensive side of the ball that's been playing well for you this year that a lot of people don't know about.
Man, Durante Spear, he's committed to East Carolina. He's been, catastrophic in our defense. Renard Tober, who's another leader. on the defensive side. Kane Jefferson, who's the edge guy, been coming to get sacks. Mikael Elwin. I got a bunch of underrated guys on my team. Columbia has always been kind of underrated, but respected with athletes. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been kind of in the middle of the pack for so long. Like I said, I'm just trying to continue to go, day by day to turn that spectrum so we can be, not only a good team like I spoke on, but we want to be known as one of the better programs in the state of Georgia. Definitely in the metro area for sure.
Yes, sir. And Coach, speak a little bit on just the culture that you build in there, right? A lot of coaches can't overcome stuff that you have, right? Just being able to get this team to this level so quickly, Coach. Like, I think that's a very honorable thing you've been doing. So speak to just, those dog days and having to go in every day and just continue to motivate these guys, even though you might not be winning early on, but keeping that message where they can believe in you and they trust you.
Man, it's a big salute to, my coaches and definitely my team, you know what I'm saying, and my parents as well. When I set the schedule and I had the parent meeting, I enlightened them or informed them of what the method to the madness was. Of course, like I mentioned, didn't plan on going on 6. There were a few of those games in the non-region where we felt that we should have came away with. The ball didn't quite swing our way. But those games serves as deposits, you know what I'm saying? And now it's, we're going into the playoffs, man. Hopefully we're looking to withdraw, you know what I mean? Like, the boys been working extremely hard, being an alum from Columbia, like, you know what I'm saying? Being a former player is definitely a special time to be an Eagle, winning the region the first time in 41 years, only the third in school history. Like I said, man, we're just taking the right steps, doing things the right way, you know what I mean? I got great administration, great support, from the community, man. So we just trying to, we're doing a lot with a little, man. So we're not making any excuses, man. We just, blue collar guys, we just go to work every day.
Yes, sir. In terms of prep for this week, I believe you guys don't play to the 15th. I believe it is a bye week. Correct me if I'm wrong, Coach, but how are you preparing your group just as far as the mental aspect of the game, getting prepared, keeping the bodies fresh for that playoff game?
Well, we're definitely blessed, to be impacted by the hurricane, such as, some of the other programs across the state, they had to make some games up this week. So we're definitely taking advantage of the extra time, as far as getting guys a little bit more healthier, fine tuning some things, cleaning up on a few, on special teams, really all phases of the game, just taking that opportunity to, utilize that time and, not take it for granted, because you only guarantee one more game. So the objective is to go 5-0, but of course, one game at a time. I mean, I like my team. I like my chances. We've been through a lot, especially this senior class, man. So I'm really pulling for them that they can gel together and start playing their best football.
Last thing I throw to you, Bacon. I want to ask, man, how cool is it, Coach, to see one of your former players just last year was with you, Jaden balling out for Florida, had that 5-touchdown game. How cool was that to see?
Man, I mean, it was for the world to see, to put on display, but that's something that we've known all along about that kid. You know what I'm saying? He's been he's one of one. He's a special kid. He's extremely humble. He made a surprise visit on last week, the week before last. His brother's a senior on the team, so we escorted him down on senior night. The coaches and the players were extremely excited to see him, not being too far removed from sitting in those same seats in those same weight rooms, the weight room that the kids are in. So it just gave the kids an instant belief that they can do it too. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we knew what type of player Jaden Ball is. A lot of people in the world really didn't know, but now they know. You know what I'm saying? That goes, he is the epitome of what an Eagle football player is. You know what I'm saying? Like, just going back to having that blue collar attitude, stand down, running your own race, not really worried about, everybody else. Because like I said, to me, I believe that he was the best player out of the class of 2024. You know what I'm saying? You can look across the scan of, all the guys that are playing. There's only a handful of them that's doing what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's a testament to him, his former teammates, and my coaches to help develop and get him ready for that next level.
Certainly. Go ahead, Bacon.
100%, Coach. You just talked about running your own race. You know what I'm saying? You started out, well, you scheduled a lot of heavy hitters, as you alluded to earlier. Just from a coach's perspective, what does that do for a team, you know what I'm saying, it's trying to come in, like you said, revamp the program and trend it upwards?
Well, for one, you got to know your team. It could have went the other way. We could have went 0-6 like we did, and it could have just, tanked and went 0-10. You know what I'm saying? But I have a strong-minded group of kids. Like, we set a goal in the beginning. They trusted in the coaches. They trusted in, the philosophy and what it is that we were trying to do, and actually when they got in those games and playing against, the likes of Juju Lewis and Aaron Gregory and those special players within their own right,
Mm-hmm.
I held their own. Of course, the score didn't, result in the win for us, but there was, moral victories, even though it's not really moral victories in football, but we took those and now they're paying dividends for us. You know what I'm saying? Being a small 2A team going against, 6A Giants, 5A Giants, who are doing extremely well. So one thing about myself in Columbia football, man, like I said, we'll line up with anybody. Like I said, we are really working hard to really, change the narrative, just having a few good teams, man. We really want to be a great program. That's what we're striving to be.
I want you just to elaborate on that just a tad bit more. You said y'all got better, y'all improved. What did y'all improve on specifically?
Definitely our toughness, mental toughness, going to some of those, places. I mean, the atmosphere was definitely crazy. Playoff atmosphere in every game, playing against top quality guys, our confidence is up. You know what I'm saying? Like knowing that they actually can make a play against these guys that are going to be playing on Saturdays, possibly Sundays. You know what I'm saying? So, just, being transparent with my guys, that's one thing I pride myself on, being honest with them, and I really believe, over the spring and the summer that we have a special group of guys that can get it done. And, in order to be good, you got to go face those Giants. So we kind of know what to expect. This won't be the last time that we set a schedule like that. This is only just the beginning.
100%. In order to beat the man, you got to beat the man.
Hey, you heard it.
Facts.
The words of the great Ric Flair. You know what I'm saying?
I think a lot of people know. Well, a lot of people know Columbia just from the artists. You know what I'm saying? I can name out the list. I think people that know, they know. There's a lot of artists. There's also a lot of athletes. You know what I'm saying? So why do you feel like there hasn't been much attention or a lot of athletes that came out of Columbia like other places in Atlanta?
Well, like I said, Columbia has been, primarily known for being a basketball powerhouse, which they still are. Big shouts out to Coach McCrary. He was there when I was a student there, so I'm able to sit and watch an actual great go to work every day. So I actually pick up a lot of things that he leaves behind. Like I said, having a great administration that supports the athletic program as a whole. But of course, one of the biggest artists, if not the biggest artist, one of my good friends, Future. You know what I'm saying? Came out of Columbia, Chris Tucker. But Future, speaking with him, he's a big-time supporter in everything that we do. You know what I mean? So the guys knowing that they have access to certain guys or certain people gives a certain amount of pride or confidence within that group. You know what I'm saying? Coming from where we're coming from, where you don't really have a lot of the resources. So that goes back to your point. You know what I mean? Like I said, I run my own race. I don't really worry about what everybody else is doing. I believe in treating people right, especially kids. Having a group of great men as far as my coaches around, and everybody removing their egos in order to reach a certain goal. And that's what we've been fortunate enough to do.
100%. You talked about the kids, Coach. Personally, what do you get out of just helping kids, exceed not just as athletes, but as young men to manhood?
Man, that's exactly what it is. I get excited, when I see, former players at the grocery stores, being outstanding fathers or citizens. Of course, you're excited to wave the flag when your guys are playing on the next level. But this game, opens up so many opportunities of life. It's a way of life. It reveals character. It develops, at tough times in adversity. This game does so much, man. A lot of my closest friends are former teammates of mine all the way back from Pop Warner days. So, I just, this is a calling that I've been blessed with. You know what I mean? I'm just taking the baton and running and trying to do the best job that I possibly can.
100%, Coach. Well, I want to peel some layers back if you'll let me, come on, real stern, definitely about business. Just, Coach, let us know, something about yourself, man. What I'm saying, what is Coach?
I'm definitely a girl dad, man. I'm on dad duty right now. I don't know if you can hear my daughters. I got them kind of put away right now, out of town. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard for me right now, but everything gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm definitely a family man. I love sports. I love helping people. You know what I'm saying? And love giving back to the community, man. That's just kind of what I enjoy. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, every day is a blessing when you wake up, man. So I just try to make the best out of it and just lead in the right direction, do the right thing.
So you in the kitchen, or is it pizza week with Pop?
A little bit of both, you know what I'm saying? I had to tell baby that make a little something before you go. You know what I'm saying? Don't leave me straight at, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, I can make a bottle in 2 minutes, man. You know, my baby's 4 months, so man, I'm a quick bottle maker, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Multitask, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely a beautiful thing, you know, being a family man, you know, so everything is good. But yeah, I know how to get in there when it's time.
For sure. What have you learned the most about yourself since bringing a young girl into the world?
Man, patience, a lot more patience. They've actually, made me a little bit more sensitive to others. You know what I'm saying? You know, being a coach, a hard-nosed coach, well, not really hard-nosed, but you know, when you're coaching football, you have to be a certain kind of way. But when you have girls, man, you know, they kind of melt your heart a little bit and have you be able to kind of pull back a little bit and just, you know, have a little bit more patience and a little bit more compassion at times. You know what I'm saying? I think that has helped me, you know what I'm saying, because it's a different type of a kid nowadays, you know, with a lot of mental health going on. So you have to know how to dive into them when you're trying to pull them up. You know what I'm saying? And that takes a little bit more patience and a little bit more compassion. So I go with that for sure.
For sure. For the last thing, I thought about now, you just spoke of mental health. In our community, we struggle with that. Per statistics, per the data, when you're dealing with young men, you know what I'm saying, you see early signs of saying, what do you do to kind of like, I guess, help that
So
area?
one thing that I do with my team every day is we meet every single day. You know what I mean? And I really enjoy that part of practice because, you know, we just spend a few minutes just talking. You know what I mean? You know, whether it's about, you know, the family life. I have an open door policy as well as my coaches. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all about the connection, being able to, you know, connect with them and get them to trust you, because a lot of the kids, man, believe it or not, man, they go through, you know, a lot of adult situations. You know what I'm saying? So it's just important to, you know, to be non-judgmental, you know what I mean? And to welcome them with open arms, you know, because when the kid is opening up to you, you know, that's leaving room for you to help them grow and evolve, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's right or wrong, you know what I mean? And it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a mentorship, you know what I'm saying? And it's also a blessing to be able to help those guys kind of navigate through life and kind of, you know, make decisions, you know, better decisions than what we made when we were younger. You know what I'm saying? So it's just all about just giving back and just leading in the right direction, man. That's all.
100%.
And then, Coach, talk about this great coaching staff that you got. I know you can't do it by yourself, so I know some great guys that help you. Just talk about, you know, some of those guys and how they help you out there.
Man, my coaches are outstanding. You know, I don't want to leave anybody out, but I got a total of 10 guys. You know, everybody played on the next level. I got 4 national champions on my staff. You know what I'm saying? Eric Brin was at Hampton. He got one in Hampton. Shadell Bell, he got one at Clemson. Corey Banks got one at South Carolina State. I'm missing somebody. Like I said, Chris Wayne played at Mississippi State. Bryant Thomas, Georgia Southern. Like I said, Darrell Brown has one at Grambling. You know what I'm saying? So everybody has played on the next level, so they kind of know what it is. You know what I mean? And we're not too far removed from the game. You know what I'm saying? Not saying, you know, the old guys, there's nothing wrong with having experience, but it's important, you know, once you grow older in the game, you continue to evolve, be a student of the game. You know what I'm saying? So that's the fun part. That's the fun part. And you know what I'm saying? So my coaches, kudos to them, man, because I definitely couldn't do it without those gentlemen.
100%. Now, Coach, we're going to get back into the team, but I do want to ask you, Coach, just the importance of media. I know there's several outlets out there. Prep Sports Nation talks about you guys a lot. But there's not a lot of media members, Coach, that is willing to, you know, go see a team like a Columbia, or go see an underrated team, I should say, you know, that ain't getting a lot of exposure, or, you know, coming off a tough season. Talk about the power of media can potentially have on a program and helping them when they might not be getting attention, but they right on that kind of precipice of breaking through.
I'm glad you spoke on that, because, you know, I feel as if, you know, we have been putting in work for quite some time, and that these guys are worthy of being talked about. You know, they definitely feel slighted. Even this year, You know, we pay attention to the rankings and to the things of that nature, but you know, we don't make that a focus. Like I said, we run our own race. That's something that I preach to them. But of course, we would love to, you know, get the notarization that they deserve. Like my guys been working hard. You know what I'm saying? The guys that's, you know what I'm saying, playing on the collegiate level that left from my program are doing substantially well. A lot of my guys leave and they go play early. You know what I mean? Like, you know, likes of Jaden Ball, Nazir Stackhouse. You know, we got 3 guys on one team at Western Carolina. That was one of my biggest, proudest moments, seeing all 3 of them on the field at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are stories that are worthy of being spoken about, especially, you know, coming from where we're coming from, where there's not a lot of wins. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I appreciate you guys, you know, Damien at Prep Sports, you know what I'm saying? Like, he always comes around and speak about my guys but I'm a true believer, man. The cream will always rise to the top. And when you do organically, you know what I'm saying? When you're not out here really chasing, a lot of guys, coaches doing things for the wrong reasons. Like I said, I'm not here to judge nobody or to, you know, worry about what any other programs are doing. We watch, we see, but we do our own thing. You know what I mean?
100%. All right, Coach. Speaking of that, let's talk about Jamarian Davis. He leads you in interceptions this year with 3. Talk about his play on that defensive side of the ball.
Hey man, this is actually it's twins, a set of twins. These guys are going to be very special players. They are dynamic. You know, a lot of people really don't know about them, but you know, if they continue to make the plays that they're making, you know what I'm saying, they'll blow up pretty soon. You know what I mean? You know, I'm excited for my freshman class. Like I said, we're not done yet, man. We're really just getting started. Like my freshman class as a whole has some special guys in it behind the likes of Jamarian and Demarian Davis. Those guys are twins. Like I really enjoy them. You know what I mean? They've been working hard, and now they're starting to see the benefits of all of the hard lessons that they took in the summertime, the growing pains, and now they're becoming, you know, one of the, you know, the cornerstones of my young team.
100%. And then let's talk about some of your guys that's key in the receiving game. You got Rashad Silver, and then you also got Jaleel Ball. I believe that's the brother of Jaden Ball. What similarities do you see between those two, and how has Silver been playing this year?
Man, so Rashad Silver, he was out for a few games this year, so that kind of set us back because he's definitely a explosive weapon on the outside. He also has a 4.0. He picked up his first offer at UAB, so he's definitely going to be another guy that's a special player that's been working really, really hard. Jeremiah Combs, who's also been a unsung hero for us. He has 5 touchdown receptions, and he's also a dynamic player. Jaleel Ball, of course, the younger brother of Jaden Ball. He's explosive. You know, he knows how to win, and he knows what it looks like. Like I said, I got a bunch of guys who are blue collar guys that know what it looks like. You know, we're just trying to continue to, just throw clay on the wall and hopefully it'll stick. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it'll stick. You know what I mean? Like I said, the guys been working hard. I'm excited about my team. I really love my team. Like, we got a close team. You know what I mean? And when you got guys that play for one another, man, it kind of makes it a little bit easier to have some success.
For sure. One more play I want to ask you about. Ronald Tolbert, 10 sacks this year, Coach. What makes him just unblockable?
Man, this dude here, man, he's a special kid, man. Actually, he's been a part of I actually started within the youth ranks. Man, he's been with me since he's been 4 years old, man. And to see him, you know, where he is now, you know, of course, you know, somebody's gonna get a substantial player when he gets that opportunity. But he is definitely hard-nosed, tough, incredibly smart, athletic. You know, we can play him. He plays the D-line, play linebacker as well as fullback for us too. So he's a great kid. I'm looking forward to him. Can't wait till he signed. That'll probably be one of the more special ones for me. You know what I'm saying? Because he trusted me so long. You know what I mean? And he's been doing an outstanding job for me all the way.
For you, Coach, if I throw it back to Bacon, what's been your favorite part about this group you coached this year?
The different lessons, man, the up and downs. Like, you got to take the good with the bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes, you know, it's a lesson within the loss. You know what I mean? And, you know, being able to keep the guys' heads and keep them focused after being 0-6 is not an easy thing, you know, because a lot of the negative comments start to creep in, you know, your student, your peers, you know, even your parents are saying, man, the coaches, don't know what they're doing, this, that, and the third. The guys just stuck to the course. They trusted, the process, and now they're reaping the benefits. And like I said, winning the region championship was a goal of ours that we set for the season. It's not the only goal that we set, but it feels good to be able to see light at the end of the tunnel.
For sure. Throw to you, Bacon.
Sure, Coach. I want to ask you just how do you I gotta know some schools they build their teams to the middle school, elementary to middle school, and how do y'all like? What do y'all like? Who y'all talent from? I'm not talking like legal recruiting. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely within the middle school. You know what I'm saying? Definitely been, finally got a good middle school coach that wants to be there and that wants to, change the dynamic. And he actually has a great staff that he's put together. Of course, everything takes time. You know what I mean? But I do believe in building, from within. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
In middle school, even all the way down to our elementary schools within our cluster. You know what I'm saying? So we've been trying to do things differently, whether it's going to participate at the field day, reading to the students, you know what I mean, establishing relationships with different principals within my cluster. And it has seemed to, do some dividends, because I have saw a couple of those guys at the games, at the grocery stores, and they were able to put a face with the name. So I know it's starting to work, you know what I mean? But we still must continue to make it an exciting place for guys to want to come and play football. So we're heading in the right direction.
Are you the type of head coach that likes to keep the same system from middle school to high school ball? Or you kind of let the middle school coach do his own program?
Well, of course, we like to, implement some of our philosophy down there, you know what I mean? But you don't want to step on toes, because I'm not with those kids every day, so I don't know what their learning capacity is. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you get to the high school level, and how we do things here, like I'm all about what we pride ourselves on, of course, is winning games, but our guys going and playing on the next level. So, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the terminology could be a little bit, you know what I'm saying, difficult at times, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, if you come in working hard and you focus and you studying your playbook, it'll pan out. But I do try to implement some philosophy down, not all, but some.
Sure. If you can, I don't want you, to spill any secrets, you got some big games coming up with this. What's your coaching style like? Seem like spread them out, like to keep them between the tackle, play action. You might be on mute, Coach. You on mute.
I say that again. I'm sorry, I lost it. I was getting a call. Say that again.
I said, what's your coaching style like? You like to spread them out. You like to run between the tackle, little play action. How you like to open the game?
I'm gonna be honest, man. Each year your team is different. Like last year, you can't. We can't win this year's game with last year's scores. You know what I'm saying? Like last year, I was able to have a dynamic, running backs between Lamar Williams and Jaden Ball. You know what I'm saying? This year, we've been having a little bit more air attack with Rashad Silver, Jeremiah Combs, Jaleel Ball, and a little bit more running with Cameron Graves. You know what I'm saying? So each year is different. Like I said, I'm not the type of coach that's going to be stubborn and stuck in the ways. I'm about, developing, doing what the kids do well. You know what I'm saying? And that's the fun part of coaching, putting the pieces of the chessboard together. That's the fun part.
Let me rephrase this. So, like, for your team, what identity that you embody? What do you see in them?
Ask that again. You got me thinking on that one.
What's the personality or something, a principle, if you will, that you embody that your team showcases this by how they play?
Toughness. The boys are extremely tough. Character. You know what I mean? Adversity. We talk about adversity a lot. You know what I'm saying? Going through tough times and being able to, get through that. I had to move around because my phone was, you know what I'm saying? I hope that's not a problem.
You good.
But yeah, toughness, just blue collar, the small things, being detail oriented, not cheating, doing the right thing on and off the field. I'm a big believer in what you do off the field will show up on the field. You know what I'm saying? So, just trying to, lead the guys in the right direction, man.
100%. Who's somebody on the team that reminds you of you? You knew it was coming.
Man, I had to give it to this kid, Malik Gates, man. He's a junior receiver for me. He's very outgoing, very charismatic. The team loves him. He's not the biggest, he's not the fastest, but he has the biggest heart. He would not run from a challenge. I can tell you a quick story about him. Last year in practice, he caught like a 2-yard pass on Jaden Ball. You know, so it was like a 2-yard pass. You know what I mean? It was like we was doing scenarios at practice. It was 3rd and 7. So of course we didn't get the first down, but he was only concerned with, man, I caught the ball on Jaden Ball. So that was his. You know what I'm saying? And that
Sure.
moment was like, man, this kid here is just somebody that you can't deny. He works hard. He wants it. So he's been having a pretty decent season for us too. Like I said, he's one of the intellectual guys on my team. So I really admire that young fella.
All right, for sure, for sure. Don't forget the full package, like Coach.
Yeah, he's gonna
Switch
be
back.
all right. He's gonna be all right in the future, man. I see it in him.
For sure, just like Coach. If switching back the ball, what specific like drill do you think prepares players for in-game situations?
Good question.
Man, that is a great question. I mean, you know, you practice, you know, that's the thing about coaching, man. Like you want to set these drills up that are game realistic. You know what I'm saying? Like you know that dead leg that you see him do, that you'll see him do in the future. Like he mastered that in practice. You know what I'm saying? Like any open space, knowing how to avoid, you know, contact. Man, it's so many things, man. You know, being serious in the weight room. You know what I'm saying? Being strong. You know what I'm saying? Like being able to, you know, get guys, you know, get them out your way. You know what I mean? So it's that boy Jaden Ball, he just one, bro. I can't even tell you, man. That boy, that was special, man. Everything about him, he just had it, man. God just placed him on this earth to be a great human being and to play football.
100%. I had a good one. I lost the Coach. I'm gonna let y'all look.
Hey, boy, you got some questions, boy. Hey, I'm digging this. I like it though. I like it for sure.
I had a good one, but I'm gonna let it go. But I'm gonna let y'all off the hook with this one. What's your top 3 Heisman finalists? And I'll send it back to now.
Man. So okay, I'm a Prime fan.
Here we
You
go.
know what I'm saying? So Travis Hunter is definitely, you know, an elite player. You know, the kid from Boise State. And I like Cameron Ward, man, the young man from Miami, man. I think that he has been putting together a solid season. You know, a lot of people knew who he was, kind of, but I think his play is kind of, you know what I'm saying, exploding and making people want to be more and more intrigued about him. So I'm really pulling for that young man, too. I just like all you know, I'm just pulling for everybody, but those 3, they sit right at the top for me.
Cam Ward is your Heisman favorite right now.
I like him.
All right. And the question came back, Coach. What has surprised? What about yourself has surprised you the most to this point in life?
What has surprised me most, man? I didn't see coaching nowhere in my radar. I tell you that. You know what I mean? Like I said, got started on the youth ranks, went to a practice, and actually fell in love with it. You know, had the opportunity to run my own program. You know what I'm saying? That was significant. And I guess just being a pillar in my own community, you know what I mean? Like growing up in the area, being an alum from Columbia High School, I didn't really see that in my future as a young man. But as I'm here as a grown man, it feels good to leave a positive impact on somewhere that I've actually, the same halls, the same streets that I rode up and down, the same neighborhoods. So it feels good to be, you know, a positive light in the midst of it all.
100%. I appreciate your time, Coach.
Hey, Coach, I gotta come on. Let you get out of here, man. One, I want to ask. Obviously, we all African American, but for you, you talked about having that open door policy. But how do you resonate with just the Black kids with just so much going on, so many distractions? It's harder now. Just talk a little bit about that, Coach.
Man, you know, being relevant, being able to connect with the kids. You know, like, you know, I actually listen to not all of the music, but some of the same type of artists that they listen to. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just being able to communicate, you know, and get them to understand on my level, you know what I'm saying, bringing it down to them, making them feel safe and comfortable. But like I said, because it's so much pride, you know, showing them that a man can remove their ego and work together. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that's important because, you know, being an African American, you know, a lot of times they say that we don't work well together. But, you know, I beg to differ. You know what I'm saying? I think that if you got a bunch of guys with, you know, like-minded individuals, I believe you can move mountains. You know what I'm saying? And that's all about your belief system. You know what I'm saying? And being in your foundation from your parents. So I'm a big believer, man, in the man upstairs. You know what I'm saying? And just doing stuff right, man. I believe in, the energy that you put back, it'll come back to you.
For sure. All right, last two, coach. Another personal question. All right. I want you to go back to when you was 18.
When I had hair, that far back. I used to have hair now. Don't get it twisted now. Don't get it twisted.
Yes, sir. I want you to go back when you had hair. You was the guy in high school. What would you tell your younger self, man, just about just life in general? Some pieces of advice you would give your younger self to where you are today, and would you be happy where you are today compared to where you were back then?
Of course, we can all make changes. There were some things that I've done that I'm not so proud of. You know what I'm saying? But I guess just maybe working harder in the weight room. You know what I'm saying? Working harder in the weight room. Back then, social media wasn't popping. We really didn't exist at all. It was VHS tapes. So, actually, I would go to more camps. You know what I mean? But we really didn't know about those type of things. They had more access to, being great now. But I would definitely say that weight room, man, taking that a little bit more serious, man. Like I lift weights, I took it serious, but not like I supposed to have, for real.
100%. And last question, coach, another personal one, but just what impact do you want to leave not only just your kids, but man, I know you got a daughter, but just impact in the community, impact on these guys that you mentor, impact in life. Like, what do you kind of want your legacy, Coach Greg Barnett, to be?
Man, he was a stand-up guy that did everything that he possibly could to make, his team and everybody around him better. Being a family man, and being a positive, influence for somebody to see, because a lot of the guys on my team don't have fathers. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect. I don't try to walk around like I'm perfect, but I consider myself as a real human being, and letting those guys see that you can be successful and from a specific area. That should determine, who you are or how you're going to live. So I think that would be, my biggest legacy, and that the kids can, relate to me, and it's just making my parents proud too, for sure. You know what I mean?
100%. Anybody want to shout out before we let you go?
Man, definitely want to shout my coaches out. I appreciate y'all, man. My team, we definitely got a lot more work to do. It definitely feels good to get, some positive publicity, to be able to speak on behalf of the hard work that we've been doing. Of course, we're not done yet. It's a one and no mentality. Shouts out my family and my daughters. They're doing a great job. Nobody's crying on me right now, man. So I'm doing something right, baby. Doing something right.
Only 4 more days.
I love it, Coach. Well, thanks so much, Coach, for coming on. Don't be a stranger, man. Love to have you again.
No, man. Hey, I appreciate you guys. I really do, man, for, giving me this opportunity, platform. I hate that we didn't win that game you came to, but, maybe we'll revisit that, another time. We'll be playing at home. By winning the region, we got that home field, which is going to be very, very important for us, man. So appreciate you guys for taking the time out, try to dive into a little bit of Columbia High School football. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Enjoy your night, Coach, and I'll be back to the Columbia High School, so don't even worry about it.
All right. Y'all be good, man. Y'all boys be smooth. Thank you for everything, man.
Yes, sir. Blessings. Anytime. Blessings, man. All right, guys, there you go. Appreciate Coach having the time. I wanted to bring him on TV, but, that was a little difficult to do, but I did like that. I felt like that was more organic, honestly, Bacon, and I feel like we got to see the real side of Coach. You had some really good thought-provoking questions as well, man, so just allow him to be himself, man. I mean, Bacon, a stand-up guy. Like I like what's crazy. I'll tell you this quick story before we move on. I remember I made a post or something. Like I don't know if you remember. I had to Keeping It Real with Najee Wilkins show. I was just like, putting it on the YouTube or something for score, and then having coaches tune in. And like I said, it was, I had a whole bunch of them ask about me. He just randomly DM'd me like, "Yo, can I come on?" I was like, "Yeah, man. You know me, bro. I love getting exposure to anybody." So I just brought him on, man. And he told me about his team. Again, he's building a program. So, they weren't all that, but still, Jaden Ball had some good players. I was like, yeah, man, tell me about your team. And then I ended up going to a game on Thursday this past year. And, it sucks. I think we definitely should have won the game, but they played a really good Callaway team. Kind of got robbed a little bit. But he was outstanding. And the team played good. They rallied after trailing. I was like, yo, coach got something here. And the next thing you know, the same year they won their first region title since 1981. So just trying to provide that exposure, man, to him, and just have enjoyed it. And he's a great human, man.
So let me ask you this, what I'm saying? You went to the game, you're a savant of the sport of football. Like, what moment, because there's always a moment in the games where, like, we can tell, like, this coach, he knows what he's doing, or this coach is out here for whatever reason. What point did you notice that, coach is good, he knows what he's doing, he's got a good program here.
Good program. When they was trailing, like, it looked, I'm not gonna lie, Bacon, it did not look good. I don't want to use the word ugly, but it did not look good. And when I say after halftime, they look like a completely different football team, like night and day. Like they were physical, they were hard hitting, they was creating pressure, they was hitting big plays. And I think that had to do with the halftime message he sent. And I was like, it's just like a light bulb went off. And when you can have your team do that and you get so close, it can be deflating. But the fact that they went out and still won a region championship and was able to do those things, like that's when I kind of knew, okay, yeah, this team could. And then how they kind of he was having a message with them, like in the huddle, and how they rallied around him, and what I'm saying, how they was like, all right, let's go, let's do it, and then it translated to the field. That's like when I knew, okay, coach got something here, and it could potentially be special.
You remember the message or no? Do you remember the message?
I can't remember because I've been in so many different ones, but I just remember he was like, come on, man, like, let's go, let's lock in. This is our time, so what? Don't look at the scoreboard. Let's make the plays. It was something to like that degree. And then that was it, man. They resonated and they locked in and they played a completely different football game.
100%. So one more thing. You ever been to a lot of games this season in person? So what was your? It may be Columbia. If it is Columbia, I'm gonna need a +1. What was like just your favorite game? Favorite atmosphere.
Favorite atmosphere? It's gonna have to be the Cedartown Cartersville. That was off the fans. That was off the racks, man. Seeing Tate Harris, talking to him before and after the game. Such a great kid, man. And seeing Cartersville and Marchese like blow up after that was a sight to see. So that was my favorite atmosphere. Favorite game was last week, bro. You don't get no better than that. That was the best game I went to all year long. Stars Mill Jonesboro, like, yo, that was off the charts. Like, and what I love too, I know we interviewed Cortez and I know we interviewed John Tavius, and rightfully so. But it wasn't just them show. It was everybody. The line was blocking. The quarterback made good throws, a late throw to Frank Jackson in order to get him.
Jamal Jones.
Right. CJ Carter making plays in big time sacks. Jeremiah Tinker making that big hit and preventing him from getting the first down and then running in for the game winning score. Like, that was a win that galvanized your troops. So I like the way that they were able to just battle through the adversity, facing an elite opponent, and still be able to pull out a win. That says a lot, man. So that by far was my favorite game this year. Favorite atmosphere would be Cedartown Cartersville. And that was a phenomenal game as well. But that's Jonesboro, Stars Mill. I mean, just back and forth the entire game.
Do you carry a weight, brother? Like a weight, like, just like Coach said, Coach Barnett said, you have a platform like uncharacteristic like any other person right now, especially in Georgia media. So do you carry your weight around? It's like man, like you said, you genuinely you genuinely love giving people platforms. So do you feel the weight? It's like, man, I need to do this, and this, or I need to walk a certain way because I'm looked at as different, and I have to hold myself at a higher standard than others.
That's a good question, Bacon. I wouldn't say I necessarily feel a weight. I don't even want to say I necessarily feel an obligation. I think my goal with my platform is to help others. Similar to what Coach is doing. Like, it's not just about me. It's about the lives you can affect. And I feel like, some people believe in God, some people don't. But I feel like the key is, how did you make your impact felt when you were here on this earth? Did you help others? Were you selfish? Everybody got their selfish ways and selfish things they do. But I feel like this is a great way for me to help others and give back. And not all of them going to be NFL players, but if I can help you go get a scholarship for a school and pursue your degree, and then you might go after for post-grad degree and with a job on a free scholarship, I feel like I wanted my job. And I feel like same with hoops too, and we're going to be exploring that more as well. But so many people fall through the cracks, and you can't save everybody, but for those the ones that you can help and help make them a better life, I feel like there's no better feeling than that. So to a degree, I do feel like with my platform, I want to help a lot of people. It's hard because sometimes I be wanting to get those breaking stories and those ones that very popular people in our industry get, and get that exclusive access. But I'm not going to always get that. But I know I'm making an impact because I have guys like KJ Smith, who I interviewed back with Roswell, hitting me up. Hey, man, how you doing? I just want to say thanks for all you've done in my career, helping me get to this next level. And ask me about players like he should help out and potentially look at and help recruit, like things like that. You know, you're making a difference. So that's my key thing with my platform. I just want to make a difference and really help those. And like I said, I'll tell you this, Bacon, I'm not gonna reveal the names, but I had several coaches, and I hope whoever's watching can hear this too. I had several coaches hit me up. I was like, yo, we read and listen to and watch. Like whenever you come out with those top performers, we're looking at that every week. And that helps give us a good synopsis of what's going on in the state of Georgia and who's balling. And then from there, we might watch their tape. So I do want to say that tonight, like, I am trying to really help you guys. And I don't know if it'll be D1 or Power 5 or Power 4, I should say now. It might be Group of 5, but there are people watching and tuning in. So I do want to use my platform to help others. And you just don't know who's watching. So if I shout you out, it's definitely trying to get you on the platform and get others to see you too.
100%. Last thing we transition to wherever we transition to, if Najeh Wilkins never chased a big fish, never interviewed a big profile player ever again, it was only doing diamond in the rough, would you feel fulfilled?
Yeah, I would. It's not always about the big fish. You know what I'm saying? Will that help your career? Yes. Could it help you make more money? For sure. But what are you really doing it for? Are you doing it for more money? Are you doing it for the notoriety? Are you doing it for the fame? Or are you actually doing it to help people? It's a big difference. And that's a question you got to really ask yourself. What are you in it for? Because if you're in it for that, you're not going to be in it for a long. But if you're in it for the right reasons, and as they say with anything, it's going to pay off. So that's kind of my mindset. I think I would still be fine with the diamonds and the roughs. And I still like, and I did I don't know if you see my Twitter post today, but I said anybody in the 25 class, if you want to come, shut it down with me, like articles, breaking news, be on TV, like whatever you want to do. If you want to come do it, we can do it. Like, you know, you do not have to be a 4-star, 5-star prospect. Like, that doesn't matter to me. You could be unranked. You could still come shut it down with me. Like, so that's about, you know, just give you that exposure. So yeah, I would still be satisfied.
100%. We can transition. I want to shout out these young men now from Whitewater High School. Caden McIntosh, man, special DB. Got a great mentality. I got a chance to meet him in person and interview him this past Sunday. Yeah, Sunday, man. Dealing with a leg injury, super technical, just a mindset, bar none for the game. And just what's so special about him, he's a film junkie, but he's also doing dual enrollment, getting up at 5 a.m. in the morning, coming home at 7, and just repeating the process. Man, I just hope if anybody's looking at this that holds the power to extend offers or pass down the word, man, Caden McIntosh is definitely somebody you want on the team. Talking about a guy who loves his brothers, wants to see other people win, and also dedicated to the craft and like understands the minute things just about getting his body prepared and understanding like, yeah, I need to be this way. So when I go to the next level, I'm gonna be ready. And I put a stamp approval on 2025 DB, plays nickel, linebacker, can cover. And Coach T Glaze, you know what I'm saying? He put me on him, was like, yeah, this guy is this guy. He gets to come up, play, run, and cover. So shout out to Coach T Glaze and everything he does for the young man at Whitewater High School. So yeah.
Shout out T Glaze.
Shout out T Glaze, man.
T
Glaze.
Sure.
Florida boy.
Florida boy. Yeah, that's my neck of woods.
Yeah, Miami, man. Yeah. I think Cam got it, bro.
We gonna see. I got upset alert though. I'm gonna drop my vid later. Let people been blowing me up, but I got upset. Hey man, y'all said y'all want, man. Look, key is getting Haynes King. If Haynes King is playing, I got upset, bro. Miami defense, they give up big plays. They have a tackling problem. Cam Ward is good. He's elite. It's a Heisman finalist, in my opinion. But I think Tech, this is, I'm going to be for real with you. And I'm going to say this to my soliloquy. This is a program-defining win. That's how massive this game is. ESPN, bright lights, you win this game, program-defining. You've already established the program that you're trending towards, but if you want more recruits to stay and stick, this is the game you got to win.
Yeah, they got to win this game. They got to win.
It's just that simple. And it don't matter. Even if you finish out 8-4, you go 7-5, it don't matter. That's the recruits going to remember that.
Nah, 100%. That this is a big game. If Payne's King play, they definitely have a chance. Like you said, Miami has surrendered a lot of points from the defense.
Yes, it is a problem.
But people have been questioning Cam's Ward Heisman of it, even though I think he came when they played Cal. We'll see. Also, another player people need to keep eyes on. A sophomore linebacker from Miami, Raul Popo Aguirre, man, number 32 in the green and orange. Will definitely be down there cracking heads. So, but yeah, but I'm not gonna say what I'm wrong with. I don't want to rub any tape fans wrong here tonight. But I'm gonna say, go Jackets, go Jackets,
for sure.
But we coach not coach Dex he won't be able to come on tonight. We're gonna have to reschedule him.
Okay.
So yeah, if you want to continue to talk ball or transition or send the people home, not home, but like sending people back to whatever they were doing, scrolling on their phones, watching college basketball or NBA, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's on you.
Yeah, man. So let's try to get him on next week. He'll be the first guest at that 7:15 slot. I'll be down to talk for another 5 minutes or so. I got a lot of work to do, but I'll be down to talk for about 5 more minutes.
For sure. All right. So tomorrow, I've already told you I'm gonna head to Tech. They're gonna play West Georgia, my alma mater. So I gotta see. Yeah, they play West Georgia tomorrow. They send my school send me email, but they're having a little, what is it, alumni party. I may not go. I think I'm just gonna go straight to the basketball coliseum, check them out. But I think that's gonna be smooth. Then they play Georgia State. The girls play Georgia State this Friday or Saturday. I think it's Saturday. Crystal Henderson. I'm gonna go, check her out, check out the girls too. So that should be a movie, man. And if you didn't see last night, Michigan, South Carolina, that was a spectacle. What's her name? Edwards, not Olivia Edwards. She's still in high school. Joyce Edwards, she's a problem. Chloe Kitts, assassin. She's you know what I'm saying, she's dialed in, brother. But I'm not gonna ramble, man. Have you been following hoops any?
Yeah, I've looked at a little bit. I know it started last night. Really, I seen the Cooper Flag game. Seen his debut. He looked good. That dude Knuppel looked good as well. So I kept tabs on that. I know some big games this, I believe, this upcoming weekend. Double Trouble got an event as far as high school hoops. Who else has some big games? There's another college freshman, Asa Newell. He's been playing well for Georgia so far, from what I heard. He's been balling out. It's not Edgecombe. It's another true freshman that had a big game. As well that I had seen. But yeah, I'm trying to keep tabs, man. It's so difficult right now because it's a crazy time of year. But I have been. I sent you that account, that college basketball report.
Yeah, I tapped in.
Yeah, I have been checking them out because they do really good with as far as revealing. But I'm gonna definitely tap in when the football season kind of winds down. Be definitely way more tapped in. But now, I try to. There's a game on a Tuesday or Wednesday, and I can watch it. Definitely try to check it out.
So, do we want to let the people know a teaser to who are our group, our core group? Our other co-host is for the basketball segments. Do we want to let them know?
We can tell them. So you come back on Thursday. Yeah, go ahead.
So Thursday. Who else is that? Thursday it's going to be the main group. It's going to be myself, Mr. Wilkins to my left, Day. What's his last name? But I don't want to say his first name.
Damian Lewis of
9290 Game, Prep Sports Nation. I'm sure you all know him. So if you're tuning in on the radio station, you definitely know his voice. And our good friend, Raheem England. Raheem the Dream, Rod Digital 247. He's got a big foothold out there in Huntsville, Alabama. Been training basketball. Real good, real technician, man. He puts both of us on game. Like, yeah, you know, this. Real technician, play college basketball. This is a savant of the game, man. From Atlanta, by way of Alabama, by way of Chicago. So the brother, he's been around the block, to say the least. But that's going to be a good segment you want to tap into to not also get Georgia hoops and in-depth look, but also get behind the scenes look and an in-depth look at Alabama hoops, because at Ross State he's very tapped in, very knowledgeable. So that's going to be a good show. Also Thursday, I haven't figured out what I'm exactly going to do, but what is confirmed that Cole Rosario, as I said on last week's show, of YNG Dreams at OTE, will be chopping it up with him Thursday. So definitely tap in. That's definitely going to be a legendary interview. So tap in.
100%. There you go. So yeah, right back here Thursday. We're gonna be live at 6:30. So tap in. Probably about an hour and a half show. That's gonna be the longest shows we do. So hope you guys love the content. Got some good comments. Got one from Coach Syrup. He's tapped in with us too, as far as football goes. Coach Gray, they do a good job of opening the doors as well, man. So appreciate everybody tuning in, man. That's all we got for the football. Playoffs start next week, so we might do a little bit of game picks or whatever. We'll talk to DexPreps. First round for Bama is starting up as well, so we'll probably get a reaction to that. But we'll have another jam-packed show next week, so hope you guys enjoyed it. And Bacon, I throw to you any closing comments before we get up out of here.
Yeah, have you? I know you got the inside scoop. You know what I'm saying? You an insider, but have you seen any early? I know Fox 5, they dropped their bracket. Have you heard any chirps about the official bracket where people are gonna be lined up at?
What you mean bracket?
The playoff bracket. I know there's a couple games that still have to be played, but like, have you seen the
I got you. Talking about football. Yeah, so 5A is pretty much done. You waiting for Lovejoy Morrow to play, and then you're looking for I think it's Glen Academy, Evans, Statesboro. They gotta play. 6A still waiting on Grayson. Grayson played tonight. Gotta see if they won that game, and they're gonna play Newton on Saturday. Yeah, they can play Newton on Saturday, so that's gonna determine the region champ. 5A is pretty much good. For the lower ones, it's going to be a little bit more complicated because it's power rankings, as far as like the 3A and down. So that's going to be intriguing to see. You probably won't know that up until about Friday. But I do want to do a promo. All right. I do want to get love. Okay. We are having a bracket show Friday night. So any qualms or questions you got, 8 to 11 p.m. on Peachtree Sports Network. You can check us out there, everybody that's watching. If coaches want to tune in, you can. Definitely going to be a jam-packed show. Rusty's supposed to be there, Craig, IJ, everybody. So definitely tap in with that. 8 to 11 full brackets will be filled out. I think a few will probably be on Saturday because there is a couple games on Saturday, but for the most part, it'll be a full bracket show where we fill everything in. But that is kind of the latest. But if you want a full kind of breakdown from the experts, Bacon, you know, Peachtree Sports Network, Atlanta News First App. That's the way to do it.
Every time. I also want to say, before I ask Najeh about his thoughts on Grayson, that if you've been following Sandy Creek real closely, you know that Dalen Pinson has suffered an ankle injury, but he is expected to be back. He's expected to be back for the playoffs. So I wanted to put that out there. But for you, Grayson hasn't. They're not. Every time I look at the rankings, they're not like top 3, top 4. They're like top 7, 6. And somebody who, you know what I'm saying, was very high on Grayson at the beginning of the season. What's your thoughts on their team going into the playoffs?
I mean, they're underrated. I'm kind of torn between picking them and picking North Gwinnett as my champion in 6A. Like, that's how high I am on Grayson. But they haven't done anything wrong. They've beaten out-of-state teams, a Power in North Carolina and Mallard Creek. They've beaten several really good opponents. Also Thompson earlier in the year. This is a very good football team. They're just slept on because, it's Carrollton, it's Buford, it's DC, it's North Gwinnett, it's Valdosta, it's Lowndes. So very top-heavy, but I think Grayson got as good a chance as any.
100%. And last thing we'll say without just posted by Coach Prime 7 minutes ago, he put up Duke's episode Duke's Scoop on 3. It says Duke's clears the air. CU Flex episode 1. So just want to get your opinion on that. The news kind of broke, I think, this past weekend over whatever had been going on between Duke's and On 3 and Coach Brown obviously came to his defense. Said he's a great reporter, hardworking guy, and gave him his flowers. So just want to get your perspective on that.
I don't know, man. I got to tread lightly with that one.
100%.
I'm trying to find the words to say on that.
If you want to pass, that's fine.
All I'm gonna say, I'm gonna tell you what Dukes told me. Stick with your gut. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like something that you are strong about, stick with it. I admire Dukes. Like, he's somebody I look up to in the industry. I'm not afraid to say that. And I feel like he's probably at that point. Like, he has such a following. Like, he could just be independent. Like, no disrespect on 3. I'm not trying to disrespect nobody. But I do think that might be best for his career going forward. That'll kind of be my stance. I haven't seen the full video, but I think Deuce does a great job with how he presents himself, audience behind him. And he just said how he felt. He felt like it was one of the best cultures and the culturally induced environment that he's been to. And he's been to a couple. So what Coach Prime is building in Colorado is special. Like, nobody can deny that. But I think with him and his platform, people are going to listen regardless. So I think he's going to be fine at the end of the day.
Very charismatic. I was listening to one of his shows. He had a bar that was insane, brother. Insane. But yeah, that's all I got tonight. I'm gonna send to you to wrap up the Game Is Free show.
All right, y'all. So that is it for the Game Is Free. Like I said, we'll be back on Thursday. We'll be talking nothing but hoops only. So stay tuned right back here at 6:30 p.m. on Thursday. Will be a fun show. Like he said, we'll have Prep Sports Nation, Raheem, the Dream, Raheem England will be on here to talk with us. So it'll be a lot of fun. Appreciate y'all tuning in, man, for another episode. I hope y'all have a great night. We'll see y'all soon, man. Peace.
Peace.